why they go for exercise. So it's not only for para sexy. It's for the heart. It's good for the body. To scavenge this plaques in the arterial wall. To do away with the risk for atherosclerosis. Okay? Now, unlike LDL, HDL is not depleted. I forgot my water. Now, HDL is not degraded. Unlike the low density lipoprotein, high density lipoprotein is not degraded. It will be what? After its delivery of its passenger, the cholesterol to the liver, it goes back to the circulation. HDL will go back to the circulation. And then scavenge again, take up again another plaques in the wall. Mag-take na po of another cholesterol from the plaques and then bring it again to the liver. So there is no degradation. Don't compete with me, class. One thing I don't like is when you compete with me. If you have some questions here, just raise your hands. Okay? Because when you keep talking there, I tend to write higher my, let's say, increase my voice. So, doubt akong voice. Okay? So here, after LDL is done with its role, it has to go back to the circulation. But for LDL, it would be degraded. I'll discuss later. So, you have here. Now, another vehicle is VLDL. Now, VLDL carries triglycerides. This is very low in density lipoprotein. So, yeah, it carries triglycerides. Daghan niyang passengers for triglycerides, 50%. Halos katunga. Very few only for proteins and cholesterol and phospholipids, mostly triglycerides. What are those triglycerides? You have the saturated and unsaturated. So if you eat more of the pizza, the yellow cup, so you are taking in a lot of saturated cheese, saturated fatty acids. Now, what takes up those baggages, those passengers you have taken in, the cheese, is your VLDL. So, it carries triglycerides synthesized by the liver to the muscle or fat tissue. So, iyakan na ipag-distribute dito sa muscle and fat tissues. So, muna, magsitag pizza, dako lang ko na itong bilbil, dato itong apapangig, dato itong mga diri, why? Because the cheese would be accumulated on the muscles and the fat tissues. So, that's the role of the VLDL. So, it takes the triglycerides from the liver to the muscle or fat tissues. Now, from there, say, it's already there in the muscle and fat tissues. All triglycerides plus all proteins except the ApoB100 are removed from the VLDL. What comprises the VLDL? This one. Remember, ang iyahang triglycerides, iyahang target is muscle and liver tissues. Iyahanang i-target na. Now, from there, all triglycerides, all proteins, pila itong yung proteins? 10. Now, except for ApoB100. Now, ApoB100 is a protein. Tanan na proteins except for ApoB100 are removed from the VLDL. So, ang ma-remain ani is kanina lang cholesterol, ester, and esters, and the VLDL. Kani ibili na niya. And almost of the proteins except for the ApoB100 will be left. No? That will be left in the fat or muscles. No? So ang mahitabo, what causes them is the shrinkage of the VLDL. Kung wala na siya, tanggalan, increase ang density. So from 55, o decrease siya, 55 to 22 nanometers. So nag-shrink siya. Kaya natanggalan siya of triglycerides and proteins except for ApoB100. So, its core contains only cholesterol esters. Ang iyang core, kanina lang. Ang pinakadaghan niya is kani. So, what remains in the VLDL is kanina lang and the ApoB100. Are you with me? Kani ibili na sa fat of muscle, tissues. And the cholesterol esters and these are now left in the VLDL plus the ApoB100 protein. Okay. Now, because fat was removed, its density increases and becomes LDL. So, pagtanggal ani class, the VLDL is now converted into LDL. So, the very low density lipoprotein is now converted into low density lipoprotein. Ang may tabo man gud ani kung nga aning fat. Or siya, it seems to be lighter. No? No? It seems to be lighter kay mura siya mulutaw na ba? Bukad. So, mulutaw siya. So, very low yung density. Pero pagtanggal ani, it seems to be denser this time. Natanggal naman iyang kani, triglycerides. No? So, it is now converted into low density lipoprotein, LDL. And that remains in the plasma for 2.5 days. After 2.5 days, asa mahitabo na? Now, the VLDL is now becoming LDL. So, what is then the role of the LDL? The role of the LDL carries cholesterol to the cells. So its target destination is the cell. So gikan sa muscles, sa tissues, ang ganina, ang HDL sa liver. Yung destination, LDL. Now, ang sa VLDL, ang usay na sa liver, yung i-carry, ang triglycerides, yung sa muscle, fat tissues. Now, this time, yung target, dalhin sa cell. Cells. Now, remember, you have left now the ApoB100, which is present in the LDL. Now, the ApoB100 binds with its receptor in where? Inside the cell membrane. Now, if this is our cell class, now, kani siya atong membrane class, kaning atong membrane, or say, kani siya, naa siya yung mga enzymes. Naa siya yung mga proteins diha. And that could be, one of that is the receptor for LDL. Diha, muna itong membrane. Ay receptors for LDL. So, the ApoB100 binds with its receptor. Remember, where is it located? In the membrane of the cell. Its target is the cell, to get inside the cell. Now, nasya ang cell na ay receptor. Ang LDL is now carrying our cholesterol, which is targeted into the cell. Now, what is recognized by the ApoB100 receptor is the ApoB100 protein. Muna siya itanggal sa VLDL. Kaya nga naman, this one serves as the key. Siya ang ma-recognize by its receptor in the membrane. Now, since it is part now of the LDL, now, remember what comprises the LDL? The ApoB100, the cholesterol, what else? Of course, we have the phospholipids and the Now here, once